And the lights are out, and away we go. And Sweet Crown 19 gets a pretty decent start. Jamie and still side by side of him coming into turn 1. And here comes Josh 2 hanging around the outside. It's going to be 3 wide into turn 1. And on the inside is Jamie. Sweet Crown 19 keeps the position. And here comes Josh 2. And it's Jerry moves up the 3rd position. Josh 2 down the 4th, still trying to hang it around the outside. A few drivers taking the runoff area through turn number 4. But it's Sweet Crown 19 who leads the Grand Prix. Jamie in 2nd. Jer moves up the 3rd ahead of Josh 2, who's under pressure from Gurman now. And Gurman's going to dive on the inside. And a lock up from him. They make a little bit of contact. But Josh 2, and look at this. Oh, he swipes at Gurman. And that's a little dirty. Now it's Lewis who's going to try to go on the inside of Gurman. Gets the door shut down. Lewis actually hits the back of him a little bit. The back a little unstable on that Red Bull car. You see the predicted pit stop strategy there. The soft runner is going to be pitting quite early on in this race. But Sweet Crown 19 leads the Spanish Grand Prix, and Knight is having a battle already with Sophian. Yep. Somebody's off track. It looked like it was Young Lights there who's having issues. And he's going to go off track there, and he's going to go into the wall here. And this is, Young Lights, his car is having problems. Is this going to cause a safety car? I hope not. For Jerry, he ran a little wide, and Josh 2 almost capitalized.
Oh,
and
no. And that's Knight actually spinning. He's off track, and we've got a safety car now.
Safety car deployed.
So safety car has been deployed. I'm not too sure if that was caused from Knight's spin or if there was something else that happened.
And he's going to go into the chicane. So here we go. And, this has not been a start for Jamie that he would have liked to have. Sweet Crown 19 gets a really good getaway, 0.7 of a second separating them. Jer, a little bit of a better restart, doesn't catch too much up to Jamie, and Jamie closing the gap back up again, but really not a good start. Wasn't really expecting, I believe, for their start at the beginning of the chicane. And nonetheless, though, we have a few side-by-side battles. Extra rotation is get ahead of Jedian, going up to 6th position on the grid. So a few drivers capitalizing on that safety car restart. And it looks to be the McLaren the Ferrari and the Red Bull of Gurman and Sophian going side-by-side, but it's Gurman who has the inside line, moving up to 11th position in this race. Meanwhile, Josh 2 back up in the 3rd position ahead of Jer, and now Lewis has made a move. Jer has crashed and into the wall. He has wing damage on the car, and this is a disastrous.
Now getting back on the track.
This is a disastrous restart for Jer, because now he's spun himself around. He must have clipped the inside curb coming out of the 2nd turn, and Jer is been spun round, currently behind ISRL Knight in 15th. And this is not good. Only 1 point to be able to score right now.
Yep, so Gurman back up.
Look at Gurman! Gurman almost puts it into the wall. He's been spun round. Oh my goodness, that could have been a disastrous end to somebody's race, because he just spun around and went on track, and now he's side by side, and now Knight is ahead of his teammate, but that could have been monstrous crash in this race. Yep. And look at this, Sophian and Duo going side by side. And there again, a little bit of contact. Sophian almost bumps Duo a little bit, still side by side. Look at this battle right now. Now if the inside line is Duo in the Haas, and on the inside of the Ferrari of Sophian, up in the 4th position. Wow, what a move. Josh 2, 7/10 of a second, but crucially what's really helping him right now is Crooksy. Crooksy is actually holding up Sweet Crown 19 right now. Now he's going to have some slipstream with Crooksy. We'll have some DRS. Crooksy does not have any DRS, will not have any overtake opportunity. Here comes Sweet Crown 19, will get ahead of him. Josh 2 a little bit further back, does have some slipstream as well though from Crooksy, and should make the move rather soon, though. Doesn't really want to make that move in the middle of the lap, because that's going to hurt Josh 2 getting close to Sweet Crown 19. But will Josh 2 be able to get by as well? We'll have to wait and see here. This should be pretty easy. I'm assuming, yep, so he's going to use some overtake now. So Will not able to keep 1st position, will lose it. Here comes Josh 2, though, a little bit further back, actually, though. So he has lost out some time. Now Duwil sitting in 2nd position has Josh 2 in his rear view mirror. This is the time now. I think, 2 Will should pit, put on some softs. He's going to make up a lot of positions. And now he's going to go into the chicane. So here we go. And Will is going to go into the chicane. And now Will is going to go into the chicane. And now Will is going to go into the chicane. And now Will is going to go into the chicane. And now Will is going to go into the chicane. And now Will is going to go into the chicane. And now Will is going to go into the chicane. And now Will is going to go into the chicane. And now Will is going to go into the chicane. And now Will is going to go into the chicane. And now Will is going to go into the chicane. And now Will is going to go into the chicane. And now Will is going to go into the chicane. And now Will is going to go into the chicane. And now Will is going to go into the chicane. And now Will is going to go into the chicane. And now Will is going to go into the chicane. And now Will is going to go into the chicane. And now Will is going to go into the chicane. And now Will is going to go into the chicane. And now Will is going to go into the chicane. And now Will is going to go into the chicane. And now Will is going to go into the chicane. And now Will is going to go into the chic I just don't think it's wise to keep on those hard tires, considering you can see the wear and tear on them. You see some lines starting to form. Some definite wear is on those hard tires. To pit, if he went to the softs, would have easily diced through this pack, because these are very worn tires in this race for most of these drivers. But instead now he's going to lose the position to Jamie, and down in 5th. If he pits now, there's just no point. You're going to be way down in the points. Even with those soft compound tires, you're really not going to make up that much progress.
Oh, no.
This has really not been a strategy call I would have personally taken from Duo. I understand being in the lead. I understand thinking maybe we can score some good points, but right now he is just losing bundles of time on those very worn hard tires, and I don't know what the percentage is on them, but around this track you could be looking at a possible puncture situation if he's not too careful. So I think he's going to want to nurse these tires, not push them too hard. With ISRL Lewis 2.9 seconds back, currently sitting in 6th, would like to make it into the top 5 if possible, and he's got Dual Will with some worn tires ahead of him to possibly make that possible. Not the best race in the United States Grand Prix with some penalties. In the United States Grand Prix, he did win the race, actually. Sorry, but he wasn't on the interview room. But here he is, coming around the final turn, and Sweet Crown 19 is going to win the Spanish Grand Prix. Josh 2 in 2nd. Extra rotation finishes on the podium for the first time in Tier 1. Jamie down in 4th. Pretty good result from him. A good result definitely through the season. Duo will finish in 5th. Rounding off the top 5, Lewis, and then it's Jedian ahead of Carter. Carter in 8th position, a good result. So some drivers dropping down because of penalties. Kush dropping down to 12th because of penalties, and Jer still has not finished this race, but on the soft tire, I think he might be going for fastest lap in the Grand Prix here. Is coming out of the 2nd sector. It wasn't a fastest 2nd sector though for Jer, but he's on the soft tire and definitely looking to get a fastest lap here, at least salvage a little bit more points. But more crucially for Jer, there is no championship lead for him right now, because Sweet Crown 19 has taken that back with a monstrous amount of points over Jer in this race. Going to come around the final turn, finish the race. Will he get it? No, he does not. No fastest lap for Jer. Back on the top step of the podium. And, we could have, I really thought we were going to escape the Crimson Chin back on the podium. It's not Sweet Crown this time. Of course it's Josh 2. It had to be Josh 2. Just come on, ladies and gentlemen. Can we escape the Crimson Chin of Michael Schumacher on the podium? I don't think that we're able to, but nonetheless, it's Sweet Crown 19 who wins the Spanish Grand Prix. Josh 2 in 2nd, and extra rotation in 3rd. 4th for Jamie and 5th for Duwill. ISRL Lewis in 6th, 7th for Jedian. Carter in 8th, 9th for Crooksy. It's 10th for ISRL VR46 and 11th for Sophion. Izad in 12th, 13th for ISRL Knight, 14th for JR. And it's Gurman in 15th, 16th for Young Lights, rounding off the grid. And let's get into the podium interviews. I'm going to exit out of here. Yeah. And if you can suggest the drivers for me, hopefully Sweet Crown joins in. This time we can talk to him about that race. But following a very exciting race here in Spain, as very happy to have commentated it with you.